Hey guys, welcome back to the land of traffic. Working on this TBI 350 engine in this Blazer, and I wanted to show you something. What we're doing is working on the thermostat. It goes right there. And here's how you can tell when somebody clearly doesn't know what they're doing. I knew this thing had the wrong thermostat housing on it. It had this orange one. It looks like an old iron one, and that's exactly what it is. Well, this is, for one, that's not the one that goes on this engine. This is the one that goes on it. I picked this up from the junkyard. This is aluminum. It's angled slightly differently. But the reason I know that somebody was working on this and had no idea what they were doing was I just finished up spending an hour drilling a broken bolt out of that intake. And part of the reason was, well, first reason is when you put a steel bolt in an aluminum intake such as that one, you always need to use some kind of like oil or lubricant or anti-seize or something along those lines to keep it from rusting, because aluminum and steel are dissimilar metals and they start trying to corrode with each other whenever they're in proximity like that, especially when you have water, some kind of coolant right there with it. So that's the worst case scenario. So yeah, broke one bolt off. Let's see, here it is right here. And then the other one brought some aluminum out with it. The one on the left did. You can see that right there on the threads. And by the way, that's exactly what happens to North Star Cadillac engines. They have GM wisely used steel bolts and an aluminum head with no inserts, so they corrode together and start eating away, and that happens. And I know there's a couple of you that are real vocal about how good North Star Cadillac engines are. Well, that's fine. You can have all of them as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so working on this thing, got that fixed, and this one over here is okay, and that one on the right, that one's kind of iffy. So I had to use some shorter bolts, but it'll go back together and work. But here's the deal. This is how these work. You simply have a thermostat and it has a rubber seal around it like that. You just slip that on there, and then you simply put the thermostat, it's got a little recess right here. See that? See how it fits right down in there perfectly? And then, like I said, it's got this raised up little O-ring right there, seal as it may be. And then you simply bolt down the cover over it like that. Well, nothing else needed. Here's what the person did that put this back together. They had the right thermostat. Here comes another one. Had the right thermostat. But not only did they have that, then they put a gasket on it, like an old-fashioned thermostat housing uses. And then they glued it with a thermostat sealer, gasket sealer, excuse me, on there. And that got down in the bolt holes and seized the bolts up and all that good stuff. So that's absolutely not how you do this. It's junk. So that's how you put a TBI. This is how you put it correctly, put a TBI thermostat together. When you have one that has a seal like this, you do not have to use any kind of sealer on it whatsoever. You just put it in dry, bolt it down, you're done. So that's what I had to deal with. Fix that all up. So I'm about to put it back together now. Anyway, just wanted to point that out to you. If you're working on one of these, now you know the right way to do it. Don't let Uncle Fritzy tell you that, oh, that's got to have some sealer on it. Oh yeah, that's gonna leak. Seal ain't gonna seal it up. He don't know what he's talking about. So it's newfangled stuff, you know. 20 years old, I guess. See you guys. Have a good one.